right.
Number 32. It's all coming to a close soonish. About less than 2 months away. We are in the midst of campaign period, and that will end in approximately 4 days. After that, then the election pip goes live. So it's really just copy paste plus put in everybody else's, substitute everyone else's stuff. So right now we have Emperor, Morango, Yes Freaks, Jithblade, myself, and Winston. And if you want to learn more about everyone, there's the DAO Atlas brew that just happened, and it's available via Star Atlas TV. Emperor Signal, you have anything to say on the subject?
Yep. You said what I was gonna say.
You know,
I am happy to be here. That's what I have to say.
Signal, you're always happy to be here.
We definitely encourage people to go check out the candidates and ask questions.
Yeah. Then they're on the in the under DAO announcements. There's a link to all the candidate threads where you can in here record, ask people stuff, or go to the Star Atlas TV Atlas Brew, like I just said, and each one of us gave a little rendition and a little blurb about ourselves.
I
Okay.
just put the link to the candidates Discord in the chat, people, if you
Nice.
want to go check it out.
Yep. Updated pips. We actually have quite a good update. PIP 22 and 23 both passed with a majority yes vote. Participation was over 18% for both. So PIP 22 had 141 million involvement, 23 had 111. 22 was the Iris Bounty Arena, and 23 was the Ecosystem Fund Refresh. PIP 24 is currently under vote. Go check it out. It is the DAO supported hosting service for Sly Assistant by Artie. And last night I pulled the stats, which was majority no, but I looked 30 minutes ago and it's now majority yes. So
Yeah, 59 versus 40%. So, and Artie's in the audience with us today. So yeah, somebody flipped their
yes.
vote.
So good job, Artie. I
Vote.
know he was campaigning
Yeah.
and trying to engage with people. So it looks like it's working. Just keep doing it.
Yeah,
Just goes to show for future people, you never know. It can come down to the last minute sometimes. So never lose heart.
Yep.
Yeah, look at Lanzer, with the ecosystem fund refresh pip. And that looked like it was really going to be close or slightly losing, and then just turned into a winning landslide, just because he went out and started talking to people and answering questions.
Yep.
Yeah, I received great advice from Lanzer.
You were supposed to time me out. Yeah,
And
I
I
basically
finally
gave
hopped
him.
on today and I voted yes for it. So
Yeah,
there's like 4.5 million for you already.
basically gave him the link to all the discords that were public, and said go in there and ask people for if they would support. What is going on with this technology? Thing is,
No, it's funny. I wonder how much things would have been different for the economic data pip if Stephen had just gone around and did that.
yeah, I agree.
Rather than maybe like melting down. He could have just talked to people. It probably would have wound up a landslide, yes, like all these other ones that have turned around.
Yeah, I agree. Probably would have been just fine in the end. So for the treasury tracker, let's see if this is gonna break. Please don't break. Just show the data. That's all you gotta do.
Of course, right when you want it to work.
Yeah. We might just skip this part because my system is giving me some weird feedback here.
Yeah, and I don't think anything's no payments have been made anyway out of it.
Okay. Pip tracker, I did update the pip data with what we just went over for Iris Bounty refresh and DAO supporter hosting services ongoing there in the bottom left. And it should conclude today, actually.
In a little under 4 hours.
Yep. For the for our accomplishments, I recorded PIP 22 and 23 completed. PIP 22 passed with 117 votes and 23% PvP participation, whereas 23 passed with 135 votes and 18%. And something's going on here, so I'm just going to start exiting out of stuff. Do we have any other accomplishments?
Skull and Bones, we've been in contact with them. They're going through the KYC process, so they can. We've been working with them, trying to work through that process, but they're making progress. We were holding them up just a little bit. That's moving forward. What's that?
So we were holding them up?
Well, not we. Process was holding it up.
Okay.
It was a quiet week as far as other accomplishments that I could remember.
Okay.
I went back and looked.
All right, for our dashboard, I updated the numbers. Come on, buddy. Come on. You can do it. For reports, we're now at 33. For our pips completed, we're now at 12 from 10. 12. 2 down. Nope. Yeah, okay. Total number of votes went from 0.6 now to 1.8 thousand. So almost 2,000 total votes. And total PvP participation went from 1.0 billion to 1.3 billion. Average votes per pip reduced from 164 to 158 from the past two. And average PvP votes per pip went to 109 million. And PvP participation stayed at 19%. So we're still doing okay.
Oh, and I forgot to mention at the top of the meeting, Drum is unavailable today.
Okay, got it. All right, what do we want to talk about today?
I do want to go over. We need to talk about the updates on some of the pips that have passed, and then so like Star Seekers, the Dowcasters, the Arena.
Yeah.
We need to talk about the next steps with those, and then I'll wait for you to write that down. On the struggle bus. While you're
struggle busing today.
Fine. And while you're doing that, we don't have an update from Theo. We've asked him a few times, so it must not have any update.
So Star Seekers pip, probably Iris Bounty pip.
The Arena, yep.
Yeah,
and then the Dowcasters.
Okay.
We need to talk about that. And then we do need to approve MK's Iris Bounty. He had the event. He sent me the information yesterday at 1 o'clock his time, which was this morning for me. We need to approve that payment. And then if we have time, I'm sure we will, we need to talk about potentially writing down our current tax each of us do.
Writing down our current what?
I don't know that we've ever written down, like at the brew we were talking about, or maybe it was in the DAO chat with some of the people, like what you do, what Signal does, what I do, what Drum does.
Yeah, you and I
think that'd be valuable to write that down.
We wanted to talk about council rules, which is probably what you were just saying. So
Yes, exactly.
let's do the Iris Bounty payment request first. That's probably the easiest. I want to get the council rolls, and then
Mhm.
we could talk about the pips. Is that okay?
Okay. Yep. And then if we have
All right.
time, we can discuss this balance sheet patter that was going on. But I put that at the bottom
Yeah.
of
Okay. That's a good.
importance. That's all I had.
It would be. It was
Balance
DAO
sheet.
Treasury and Ecosystem Fund balance sheet. All right. Iris Bounty payment. Who's up?
Okay, so MK had the event. It was the Philippines. He did a meetup. He sent me the picture of all of the receipts. And he sent me one of the pictures from the event. He actually, it's kind of interesting, or it's good actually. He hired somebody to do photos and some production stuff. So they're processing the pictures and the videos still because it was 1 a.m. for them. So he's going to get me the videos. I have the receipts. They got some food in the venue. So it came out to 29,481 pesos, which is $501.47.
Oh,
So I would ask that we pay him out the $500. We can initiate the multi-sig. We won't actually click it until I get the pictures and videos. I am going to put in the chat if anyone wants to go check him out on X. I turned on Discord the Philippine channel, and he's actually extremely active over there in the Filipino community. So go give him a look. But I would say we pay it as soon as I get those items.
and how much did you say it came out to be?
It'll be 501.7, so we're gonna pay out 500.
Okay.
Yeah, no issues.
Yep, no issues. I vote it.
Yep. Okay, I will do that later.
Okay, MK.
I love this program. We
Yeah.
should be thinking about what we're going to have to do next, or how much do we have in the fund still? Is it still like the tank's got a lot of gas in it, or are we going through it?
We're
It's
going through it, but that's one of the things Lancer couldn't pull up earlier.
yeah, we it's got a long runway. I think it requested
Okay, good.
$10,000.
I was about to say it's such a great program. We should just make sure that we're always ready to refresh it if needed.
Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
I think we found a groove too. As long as a council member or two is able to catch the application, then we talk about it, we approve it, they do it, submit it, then we talk about it here again, we approve it, and they get paid. It seems like it's a process, but it's a very doable process. It's a routine thing for us.
100%.
Yeah.
And while we're talking about that, the MK didn't even know about it, so it'll be refreshing to have some of the other the council candidates in the other chats, the non-English ones, to help spread the word. So if there's anyone in here that is a part of a community that isn't super active in the main portion of Discord, please let them know about the program. If they have questions, you can have them DM me. So we need to spread the word a little bit. That's all I had on Iris Bounty.
Okay. Sounds good. Easy peasy. Let's do two rolls. Oh, Signal, I forgot to ask that. Do you have anything you want to talk about?
No, nothing in particular. Just everything that we're doing to get ready to wrap things up ahead of the next term.
Yeah. Okay.
My big focus is just making sure that everything I have open is closed out or pretty darn closed out before the next term begins. So I'm thinking next week we're launching the DAO casters as a form so that people can start applying to it. And 2 weeks after that, we can start hosting that election. And then that can be pretty much resolved and ready to start running right as SAC 3 begins. And then we've got Iris Bounty, the arena, and just setting up the forum for that. I'll get that done this week.
Gotcha.
And you could, if you
Nice.
wanted to add a number 3 real quick, that was part of the pip updates. He jumped ahead a little bit.
Oh,
Oh,
that was
sorry.
the Iris Bounty pip update? Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
There
that
we
was
go.
those two were on my list. Do you want to just go over the last one I had on there real quick too? It's the Star Seekers. Are we just doing? Are we waiting on doing the markdown?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I slipped my mind. Yeah, I'll do that
Okay.
and get it out. That was my bad. All right, so Lanzer is on the hook to get it out. And I'll either do it tonight or tomorrow and get it into Foundation's hands by Sunday night.
Okay. And then Signal is doing the Dowcasters and Arena coming week.
Mhm.
Do you need us to do anything for the Arena Signal?
I can't think of it. Meaning, I really think it's just going to be a form,
Yeah.
kind of like what we have with Bound, and I'll just share it with you guys, and you guys tell me what you think about it, and then we post it.
Yeah.
And we kind of
Just let
just
us know if you
operate the
need
same
anything.
way.
Okay. Don't
I
hesitate to reach out if you need something.
yeah, Star Seeker will likely be its first application. The December 12th tournament.
And PG is in the audience. He says he didn't have a chance to work on the PIP. I think you were really, really close. So when you
Oh,
get a
was
second, PG, just make sure that you have those changes, and Lancer will work on the mark.
was I waiting on PG to say we're good to go? Hold on, let me go check.
I think he just needed a few changes, just some wording or something.
Okay. Maybe I don't feel so bad anymore.
He'll have it by Tuesday, he says.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so my last message was PG, please at me when your PIP's finalized. Yeah, okay, got it. Yeah, no problem. Take your time, PG. No rush. All right. PG will at Lancer when Star Seeker's PIP is finalized. Okay, and then Signal, you're going to create the Iris Bounty, the Arena form, and get council feedback for publishing. Yeah?
Correct.
Okay. Was there
And,
another
and
one?
then, yep, it was the Dowcasters. Said he's going to work on getting that blasted out this week. I believe he said Signal, right?
Signal, what were you going to do for that one?
I'll have both of them this week, so we can celebrate Black Friday with applications for Dowcaster and applications for Iris Bounty, the Arena.
So Iris Bound is going to be a Google form. What is Dowcaster's going to be?
Same.
Oh, wait, I think we saw that already.
Yes, we just haven't published it yet.
Oh.
We've
We went over
reviewed
it.
We
Okay.
haven't officially said, hey guys, apply.
Got it. Okay. So the only thing that we're really waiting on is just you hitting the publish button and then sharing the link.
That's it.
Okay, cool. Even
And I
better.
just didn't want it to compete with the council election.
Yeah, no problem.
Distract from it.
No problem. Dowcasters will publish Dowcasters form.
I had this like deep fear that if we like solicited Dowcasters too early, that just one counselor would drop out to go for Dowcaster, and then we'd have no council election.
You wanted to lock them in?
Yes. None of you can apply to be Dowcasters till after the election.
That's not a bad plan. I don't dislike that. All right, good plan. Okay, council roles. So all I imagine is just us talking about what each of us does, so that we can then make sure that those things are continued on.
I'm going to interrupt you one more time. I'm sorry, Lancer. Just brought up an interesting point that we need to think about. So when the Iris Bounty renews, does it have to go to a whole new PIP? And who is responsible for said PIP?
Yeah, it'll be a shorter PIP. It'll just be referencing PIP Iris Bounty or PIP 23, I think it is. We request refunding to the Probably the max amount, another 10,000.
Will we request that, or will the original PIP author?
I don't think it will make a difference. It'll probably be easier for us to do it. Because at that point, it doesn't really make it. I don't see a need to push it through the original process because it's a funding top up. I think we should just create the PIP and then push it to vote.
So the council do that.
Yeah,
I would say we would be willing to take that on, I would think.
yeah.
Who
I
was
mean,
that was Brian was the original
yeah,
author,
it
right?
would take all 5 minutes to do because you're going to reference PIP 23 for all the details,
Yeah.
and the line item would be we request a top up of funds to 10,000 or whatever the max amount is, and then push it to vote. It's yeah. Let me write that down. It really makes no difference who that is. It could be King Brian. It could be the council. It doesn't really matter, in my opinion. Dowcasters. So not Win, Iris Bounty, the Feast is running low on funds. An expedited PIP funding PIP.
Yeah.
Will reference PIP 23, 22, 20 something.
PIP 12.
Oh, I'm thinking of Arena. My bad. We'll reference PIP 12 details and request refunding amount. Can be done by anyone. Doesn't even have to be the council. Doesn't have to be the original owners.
No, it was the council originally.
Oh, was it?
Jit
Okay.
put it in the chat.
Okay.
Can we add one more thing to our agenda?
No.
Sorry.
Council rules.
It's quick. The top up for the ecosystem fund in PIP 4 refresh, we put the dates when we would do it. So it was September, and it finally, here we are.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I think
we
we
totally
need to
need to do
request. Yep, request a top up.
Yeah.
So who's going to do that of us? Do you want me to put it in there?
I think we should add Bodhi. I know he's been
Yes.
AFK, but maybe drag him back in.
Okay. I'll just do that right now.
Yeah. Think you escaped, and then we get you back. Trying to quote Godfather, but I think I quoted that. Emperor will message Bodhi. Bodhi?
Just when I thought I was out, they pulled me back in.
That one right there, yeah. So Emperor will message Bodhi to engage Automata for refunding. Continuous funding transaction.
Yeah, you already did it.
Good job, Emperor. I didn't even think about that. We probably need to put that in our goals or something over here.
Yeah.
There we go. That way it will stop forgetting. Quarterly top up transaction of ecosystem fund from DAO Treasury.
Tag them twice.
Yeah. And that's per PIP 22. Right? Is that the refresh? Yeah, 22. All right, cool. Okay, finally council rules.
Yeah,
So we
sorry,
have payments. It's gonna be badly for a second. I need to just jot it down out of my brain. Payments, announcements, social media posts, reports, streaming recording of DAO council meetings, PIP tracker, PIP accounting. I'm missing what else? Foundation. I guess PIP stewardship. maybe. So it'd be PDF and Markdown pips. Creation of PDF and Markdown pips. Coordinating with Foundation and Automata for review and approval. And coordinating with Automata for posting of pip to website for vote. Okay, what am I missing?
So the Iris Bounty stuff.
Oh yeah,
How do you want to
pip
say that?
implementation.
Yeah, and then like we need to. Right now, we all just kind of randomly check in with pip authors.
Yeah.
So pip
Oh, pip
author
follow-up.
check
Yeah.
in.
Pip follow-up.
Follow up. That's a good word.
Yeah.
Derp.
Yeah. Good one. Okay, Signal. What are we missing?
I think you got it, man.
Signal, you're you're a really easy teammate to.
I've got senioritis, man. I'm not gonna. I'm not very useful. I'm sorry.
It's just
Replace me with Jith and let's get this over with.
it's hard to be mad at you, Signal. It's very hard to be mad. Okay, so
The what's it called? Not the knowledge base.
yeah.
That's a
Thank
huge
you.
one.
That is a big one. Knowledge base, management, or upkeep, updates. That's better. Pip payments. Okay. All right, I'm gonna start grouping some stuff together. So announcements and social media goes together. Publish reports and streaming. No. Pip accounting. Oh my gosh,
Reports, you could put report/minutes. I think they're technically the same, but they're a little different.
yeah, that's true. As soon as my computer decides to stop doing whatever it's doing, which is nothing.
Uh-oh.
So meeting minutes. Now we're good. We're still good. It's because I'm recording twice. I've got the new StreamYard recording, and I have my normal backup recording just in case the other one doesn't work. It's probably what's messing me up right now. So publishing reports, meeting minutes of DAO Council meetings. Okay.
We attend our own internal meetings and meetings with the team,
Yeah.
and every once in a while, meetings with the foundation.
Scheduling of
It's
internal
not a
meetings with Automata / Foundation and Foundation. They're not the same thing. Okay. Yeah, this list is no joke. I didn't realize we were doing all this.
mhm.
And then, of course,
Odie
DAO chat
does.
engagement and fielding questions from community. Also, PIP mentorship. Is that the right word? Where we help them write it?
Yeah.
And then, not a huge thing, but it could be, is DAO council. How do I not relationship building? Like the stuff we're doing with GBA and then the DAX and Super Phoenix. Not networking. What's the term? Like when they come and ask us, hey, what can we do to help you? And then we ask them, what can we do to help them? With all the other groups.
Lanzering.
Yeah. It's not a big thing right now, but I foresee that getting a lot heavier as the ecosystem
external
grows.
relationship.
Yeah. External
fostering.
liaising. Yeah. So it's like GBA, Super Phoenix DAO, the DAX. I'm missing one. Oh, the tools, like Sly and what's the other one? Atom?
Segwit.
Segwit. Segwit is on. Segwit has been paused until things are more matured, I guess. Ready for it. It's not ready for it. Sly and Atom. So like community tools. Yeah. All right.
Bodhi's role, it's technically under PIP stewardship, but there's a bunch of different threads
Oh, PIP
that I'm just
disbursements.
now.
Yeah.
PIP
Okay.
disbursements. Thank you.
So PIP payments would be processing and disbursement. It's almost like
And
disbursement records. I don't know what the word is. Like process. So he helps calculate this stuff with automata. So it'd be like calculations,
yeah,
calculating conversions, and then disbursement process itself with like the actual person, the PIP author,
yeah,
like getting their wallets and
and
stuff.
yeah,
Okay.
and then like he does a test transaction with them,
Yeah.
and then he helps them through the KYC process, or he doesn't help them through it,
KYC.
but
Yeah. Okay.
that's I would put that under PIP payments.
Well, we do that before payments. Like as soon as
Well, it's
above a
part of the
certain
payment
threshold.
process.
Is
Yeah.
it? Because this is before they even ask for
Yeah.
payments.
Well, it's in their individual threads.
Okay. All right. I'll just add it as a list then. So Foundation
Because we
KYC.
don't,
All
yeah,
right.
we don't see any of that information. We don't want it. We just help them through, because we have to, like I put on Telegram the other day that Skull and Bones was doing their KYC. So communicating with, part of that process is communicating with the foundation.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Council roles. All right. So we're talking all council roles. What are we missing? Are we missing anything? Liaising, automata, coordinating, all the implementation that's required, which now I can add DAOcasters to that. PIP follow-ups, which are PIP idea and success PIPs that have passed. Yeah. Well, where is the one where I actually create the PIPs? Where's the markdown one? Markdown. Here it is, PIP stewardship. So that would be part of PIP idea, right? So for follow-up would be all the PIPs that have passed. I'm gonna call this like PIP milestone follow-up so we can remember what exactly that is next time. Okay. Right, Sack 3. Good luck.
And I did just post the code in the chat a minute ago for those people who are only here for the code. That's another thing. So I don't know where that falls in this, but I'm the one that communicates with Santi. I just kind of took that on for random stuff like the codes.
I was wondering why Brian was here. Immediately in the chat is like, hey, thank you for the ticket.
Thank you. Goodbye. How many do we have here today?
It's
Can I ask a question?
Who is this?
Brian.
Oh yeah.
Shit.
Go ahead.
I've been hearing a lot of people who have been saying that the council has only been working for like an hour a week. And I'm looking at this list, and I've told people that was not true. That you guys work a lot more than an hour a week. And I'm looking at this list, and it seems very obvious to me. And I'm just curious where that's coming from.
I think that has kind of, and I forgot to respond to you in Foundation chat the other day. Sorry about that. I think it's come from us with this pay council chatter, because that's the really easy thing to quantify is council meeting attendance, and I think it's as simple as that.
It's most
But
visible.
yeah, because
And
I think that's where it came from, but.
And if after you've just gone through this list and kind of written everything down, what would you estimate at this point if you have that if that's on your mind at all, if that's something you can?
I think we should spend the rest of our time and do that. That's a really good point. We can estimate how much that time takes.
Yeah.
And it's difficult, and to be quite honest and transparent, it's hard to not. What do I want to say here? There's different participation levels from different counselors, as you know very well, Brian, from that first term. Trying to
Yeah, like
dance around
Emp
it
might
without
do
being an
like
asshole.
Emp might do 3 or 4 hours. I might show up for a meeting. That's so
Don't sell yourself
it
short.
really does. It really does go all over the place. And but that being said, in my experience, at least just from what I've seen, council member really doing their job well is probably hitting it for 3 or 4 hours a week. And the one really not doing their job well, thumbs pointed at myself. It might look like an hour. That showing up at like a meeting and participating, doing a few little tasks on the back end that don't consume too much time. And clearly, there's all ends of the spectrum. When Lanzer first started, I swore he was logging 20-hour weeks on council. So
Well,
it's kind of hard to quantify.
I think it's what Lanzer suggests is actually a great idea, because if you have all of the roles and you assign an hour or time to them, then it's overall the council needs 30 hours a week, and then expectations would be 5 people at 6 hours a week. But then, like you said, maybe Lanzer will pick up and do 15 hours and someone else does 3 hours. But if you can identify the entire council role that somebody will hopefully get as 30 hours a week, maybe that is easier to quantify.
Yeah, I agree. I
Yeah,
like that idea. Let's try it.
and this is one of the, whenever we talked about paying the council, it gets into this minutia, and then trying to figure out, like, people come and go with their level of activity. Sometimes, like,
Yeah.
drum had a whole bunch of activity for a few weeks, and then in the beginning Lanzer was putting in a whole bunch of hours, and then, like, right now Bodie's life is hitting him, so he can't put in nearly the amount of hours. So trying to quantify and keep track of it, short of like clocking in, gets messy, I guess would be a word.
Yeah. So let's
Breaking
do
out the
let's do it
tasking
like
is
this
smart,
then.
though. It kind of creates proof of work. If this task takes this much time, and it did get done, we can establish that that much time was consumed for that task.
Yeah.
I think that's a smart way of looking at it.
Okay, let's give it a shot then. So PIP payments, I put maybe an hour. You think it takes that much time? Like, it'd be generous and say an hour?
Well, it depends. So, like, with Lord Raspy, there was a whole bunch of back and forth, and then one of the other payments that he had to deal with, it took him like a tremendous amount of time of back and forth trying to. That
But
was several months ago. Can't
You
over
could
a
remember
week,
probably
what it
right?
average
was.
it out to an hour a week, because there's also weeks where you don't make any payments at all.
Yeah.
So an hour a week probably is a nice conservative figure.
Okay. All right, for knowledge-based updates, maybe, I mean, I know that one comes in like sprints and not every single week, but maybe 30 minutes a week? That's less, more.
Oh, you know what we should do? We should do points instead of minutes or hours. How many points it takes?
How many
I'm just
points?
spitballing. Just ignore me. Make it a point system. Like attending
True,
a
true bucks.
council meeting is 2 points, and doing a markdown is 1 point.
Okay,
You
tell you
guys
what,
don't want to earn Shroot bucks?
we go. We
Points
go
is
through
a-
this. We go through this, and then we
Points
can
is
assign
a,
points.
Points is what they use for IT and like scrums where because they don't want to assign time, so they assign points instead. Because if something says it's going to take a half hour and it takes 10 minutes, people will then take
Hour.
even though it
Yeah,
should only
yeah, I
take
got
10
you.
minutes. So they assign points
Yeah.
to do like velocity and trajectory. I don't know if it applies here, but that's kind of where it came from.
That's actually a
Yeah,
pretty
and-
smart system.
Yeah, and when I
Alright.
pay my roofers, I pay them by the square. I don't pay them by the hour. And so if they get an entire roof done in like a morning and
Then
they, you know, then they
pay us
get
by
paid.
the word count or the
Oh, geez.
messages.
You know what?
Signal.
That's not a bad idea.
Signal announcements. How long does that take you? And I'm not talking about right now this second, but just give me an
If I
average.
was doing it well, how long would it take me?
Yeah.
I would say 2 hours a week. If you're
Cool.
actually doing like active communication, social media, posting things, staying on top of the X account, you could very easily burn 2 hours a week just trying to stay on top of everything and proactively communicate.
Okay. I'm gonna combine it with social media. Do you think that's fair? Announcements would be
Yes.
X and just okay. All right. And then publish reports. Oh gosh, darn it, man. If I count the initial, then that took me like 7 hours. But if I were actually like doing it every single week, it takes me about maybe 30 minutes now each week. That's
Do you,
Yeah.
Lanzer, do you think you should be doing how long it takes you or how long like a normal person should take?
probably a normal person.
Yeah,
and
I would go off of that.
I'd say 30 minutes
Like-
because once you get past the hump of like connecting your accounts and everything, all I do is export it to YouTube. I don't even have to edit it anymore because we start it and stop it like normal people, and then because we do the meeting minutes in real time, all I do is go back behind it and find the question marks that I need to answer, and then so that's what all that takes about 30 minutes of clicking. And then I screenshot it into the DAO reports. I guess you could put an hour, but I mean from 30 minutes to an hour, say.
So 45 minutes.
45 minutes, sure. Sometimes there are things I have to go back and rewicker, and that'll take an hour, but most of the time it takes 45 minutes or less. 10 DAO council meetings, 1 hour. Yeah, I guess so.
That's more like I spend 15 minutes before the meeting writing down stuff, and then
You know
when
what?
they go longer.
That's totally true because I start a half an hour ahead of time. I
Yeah.
forgot about that. Yeah, so I'm setting up the stream and everything.
Yeah, put an hour and a half because sometimes we go longer and we stay and answer questions, and I
True.
don't think it's ever been shorter.
After the meeting, I stare out my window for half an hour. Is that?
All right, meeting minutes. That one actually,
It's
I
in
guess that kind of
reports.
goes with publishing reports, maybe.
Yeah. Maybe you just
But-
put it up there.
Yeah, but I need to, because the whole point is to tell them what they need to be doing. So publish DAO meeting reports, and so it'd be meeting minutes, recordings, and
Screenshots.
yep,
Oh, that's the
accomplishments.
minutes.
So we need accomplishments, and then that will be there. That's enough right there.
Yeah.
Okay, now if I'm counting all of that, then that actually will take me an hour. Because the accomplishments actually, once I'm done here, what is it here?
Yeah.
There's a whole, like in the archives, I maintain all of our accomplishments. And that's how I make sure that the numbers are accurate with what we're accomplishing. Sometimes we say we have an accomplishment that just like, that we didn't really finish it yet. So I'll have to like either delete it or rephrase it to what did we actually do that was impactful to the community. So there's some rewickering there to keep us honest. Like saying that we shoot, what was it? Yeah, never mind, I don't remember. Yeah, but there's the archive of our accomplishments down here in like slide 40 something. Yeah, right here, slide 62. All of these are our accomplishments over the past 8 months. Just in case I have to go back and find something, which I do have to every 2 weeks find when we paid somebody something or whatever for because I need to know it for a conversation or whatever. So that'll take, yeah, I'd say an hour now for everything. And then stream and recording.
Does that take extra time from, that's not part of the,
Yes, it's part of this for me, but if we're counting our overage, then I'm going to put half an hour. So that would be 2 hours. Half an hour of it is for preparation before and after, and then 1 to 1.5 hours is the actual meeting itself and the questions and all that.
that makes sense.
I have a comment, Lanzer.
Yeah.
You put 30 minutes in B and you did 0.5 hours in F.
30
You're
minutes.
switching from minutes to
I
hours.
sure did. Thank you.
I think I like the hours, the decimal hours. That's probably better.
Yeah, I like that better too.
Yeah.
All right, so 0.5 for there, and then scheduling internal meetings. Emperor, that's usually you. What would you say?
I'm so bad at this. That's why I've never brought it up. I don't keep track. I just do it.
I'd say it at max or at around half an hour. Do you think less or more?
Yeah. Yeah, and it depends. You know, it fluctuates, but just put half of this.
Yeah, because you're talking. You have to talk to Automata to make sure that Swags and Santi can go and win, and then you send out the calendar invite, and then you show up a little bit early to well to set up. So yeah, I think
Feels
at least half an
accurate.
hour.
M spends a lot of time running around trying to huddle us together and get
That's right.
everybody's attention.
You send the messages to us and say, "Get your butts in here."
Yeah.
All right.
Your item D is needs an edit as well.
How so?
It
Publishing.
says 1 minute.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. All right. Community engagement and DAO chat. Yeah. I almost say at least an hour for me. What do y'all think? This is a
Yeah,
week.
Which one?
I would say, I mean, if
Oh,
you're
geez.
counting that time, I never count it for myself. You know, because I could have a week where I just go bananas and I'm just on Discord for a long time. But I would say if you're a counselor, an hour a week feels like a safe expectation
Yeah.
of engaging with the community and talking in DAO chat.
Yeah,
So
I
that
think
would be
across a
5
whole
hours
week.
total, not just 1 hour then.
Say again?
That would be 5 hours if expectations is
Yes.
1 hour per counselor.
I wasn't tracking it like that. This is like per person. Because if that was the case, then half of these would be 5 hours or more.
Right. You would list it as a 1 hour task, but you would just multiply. It belongs to everybody, not just one person.
I'll say task hour per week. Yeah,
Per
and
counselor.
some of the yes, yeah.
Or if you just
Okay.
want to make it a task, you could make it 5 hours and just you're assuming that all 5 counselors are sharing the load of that task.
That one seems well, if that makes itself obvious to us at the end, I'll change it. So right now we'll just keep it per counselor. Hit mentorship. Emperor, I think you do that, and you signal the both of you do that more than anybody. What would you say?
Well, I helped Artie, and I spent the time to like help him run it through AI. This can actually take a lot of time. That could take 2 hours a week.
Yeah, and
If you're
signal you
helping a
helped.
few people.
You helped Iris feast. Or
Yeah,
how
it
Iris
depends on.
Arena?
It depends situation to situation. Like Iris Bounty, the arena, was probably like start to finish for the entire proposal, like 4 hours. Just bouncing back and forth with Brian, talking with Santi, pushing it up, getting the community to read it, and interact with it, final drafting it. It really wasn't that bad. It's hard to quantify on a week to week basis, but depending on the proposal, definitely with Raspberries, and I would wager it's roughly 4 hours per proposal, just making sure everything's how it needs to be and getting it corrected and getting it lined up and getting it ready to be drafted or voted on, etc. So if you're doing a bunch of those at once, then you would have a pretty spiked load on you. But we usually don't. It's a blip where your activity shoots up, and then it kind of goes away. It's hard to quantify week to week, is all I'm saying.
All right, per pip. So I went back and modified our per week stuff here. So 4 hours per pip or a pip, if they ask you.
I'd say
Yeah,
per pip.
it's so subjective. Like Brian doesn't need any help when he writes his, we spend like zero time trying to
Yeah,
usher that
it's only
through.
when you're tied in and engaged with something. Plenty of other people usher themselves through. I've had instance like I was talking to Skull and Bones when they were like getting their Rogue Data Hub ready and talking about it. And that might have been like a conversation between me and Lourdes while they were drafting it that, occupied a grand total of like half an hour in DMs of,
Oh,
well,
that's
how would
right.
you word this or that? Well, I understand what you're trying to say here. You might want to put it this way or
Yeah.
structure it that way. And then they just run off and do it on their own. It's all over the place.
So that one I helped them for weeks because they were our SegWit test case, and
Uh,
and they used a lot of that, and and they used a lot of that to work theirs up, and that one probably took, I don't know, I think we met like every week for an hour.
but especially if you're good with, AI tools and things like that, and you've got like a good format for this is what a great pip looks like. Um,
Okay,
you
I
can
think
crank them
four.
out and go back and forth cleaning them up pretty fast.
Yeah, four sounds like a good number per pip when the person asks you to help.
That would be my estimate.
Yeah, you helped at Raspberries too, didn't you?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha. Council
I don't know where
external
this.
liaison.
Well, hold on one second. I don't know where this fits in, but the amount of time it takes to help people with their meetups, like with James and with all of the Iris Bounty feast stuff, and then we're gonna have it with
That would be this one
the other two. Mm-hmm.
down here in implementation.
Oh,
Almost
my
there.
bad.
Yeah, it's all good. Almost there. External liaison, I'd probably say maybe half an hour. And I wouldn't even say that once a week. I'd say, if
Yeah.
I was bumping up to a month, I'd say an hour a month.
Yeah. So 0.25
I
if
changed
we're
it
keeping
now,
that at.
task
Oh
hour per
Jesus.
council member, and then I changed it to the frequency.
Okay.
So about an hour a month. And that's like talking to Fowl or Stash and GBA, Nord from Super Phoenix, any one of the DACs who reach out or you reach out to them, different community tools like Artie and the folks behind Atom. Who was that? James?
I don't know who the Adam guy is.
No, I'm sorry, Eve. Evi.
Oh, you're talking about Rising Sun.
Right.
Right in.
Right. Yeah. So like coordinating with them on different stuff, like, hey, it'd be really awesome. Could we add this? And then like the conversation that ensues. Mm, okay. Emperor, I think you do that alongside me. Would you say an hour a month?
Sure.
Okay.
That
Pip
works.
Pip tracker, that one takes me probably about, well, took me like 3 hours to make. but each week now it only takes me maybe 20 minutes to update. Well, now I have to
Well,
say,
sometimes we go a few weeks without doing it. Yeah,
um,
I don't know.
maybe an hour a month, to put it like that. Because sometimes you're right, I don't do it every single week because we don't always have a pip a week. But maybe an hour a month. Because it does take some time to calculate. You have to like the click between the governance tabs because not every pip tab doesn't tell you everything you need to know. Like the number of votes is on the main govern tab, but when you try and click into a proposal, it doesn't show you that anymore. And the so there's like information in different places you got to hunt down. Pip accounting. I know we haven't updated that in like a month. So maybe an hour bi-monthly. I don't want to shortchange
It's
Carlos.
well, it's Bodhi that technically does that.
Oh, I thought Carlos updates it too. He created it, right?
Well, it's a task that is assigned that sometimes gets rejiggered
Okay.
around.
Yeah, we'll put like half an hour a month in and then let them yell at me for undervaluing them. Stewardship.
Ugh.
Okay. So now that we're like 6 pips in, we can do this really fast.
Yeah.
But
And I
until
think that's
then,
what we need to go off of is where it's going to be going forward.
yeah, well, because Dillinger is awesome. It's side by side. If you're using Dillinger, it saved me a lot of time. Dillinger.io. But if you're using like Notepad, which I did the first 3, that took a lot longer. So I'd say the creation of a PDF in Markdown probably takes about 45 minutes to an hour because you got to individually copy the paragraphs from Discord and you got to copy paste it as plain text because if you don't, then the formatting gets jacked from the beginning. You have to spend more time fixing the formatting. So I have to do it like section by section. And some of these Discord messages are like 8 messages long. So it's a pain sometimes. And then you have to fix the fixes, like when Artie fixes stuff. He's like, hey, Lenzer, I fixed it and it's great. And I'm like, okay, then I have to go back and change it. It's just, it's a whole thing. And then we have to coordinate with Automata and Foundation. So once I PDF it, then I got to send it to Foundation for approval. Then you got to send it to Automata for approval. And then you got to send it to the kitchen to post on the website. So this is an hour. This is like 10 minutes to construct the message. This is maybe another 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'd say
So
1.5
hour and a half.
hour a pip. How about that?
Yep.
A little bit of buffer time just for the one that was a huge pain. Which one was it? Signal. What was yours?
The Dowcasters.
No, it was the arena. Oh gosh, I have to go
There's a
back and
lot of
look.
them.
One of them took like 8 revisions, and I had to redo it every single time.
It was Dowcasters. I think was the big
Yeah.
one. It
was
got
Dowcasters.
Dowcasters sat in purgatory forever.
Yeah,
And, it very rapidly got community approval and then just sat there for like 6 months. And every time we talk about it, it needed another meeting with Automata, and we just sat around more about it, and then a word would get revised, and it was
right.
awful. It was
Then
at
I
a
got
point where I was very close to not even caring about it.
I know that's why I pushed it through for you
Yeah,
because I knew that.
frankly, you deserve more credit for Dowcasters at this point because I would have abandoned it.
Well, that I
think
don't know, man. You
technically did abandon it at one point, and then Lanzer was like, no, he didn't abandon it.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even care, man.
that like
And Em's like, yeah, see, he doesn't want to do it anymore. And Lancer's like, that's not the same, man.
Yeah, not
He's burned out from the process. That doesn't mean it's not important.
right. Giving up on it's not the same thing as saying that you withdraw it. It just means that you don't. You're not okay putting more time and effort into it. And it was
Although
so
it
close.
was a good point.
It was
I
so
thought it was a
close.
valuable thing to see happen, and I just was tired of fighting over it.
Yeah, and that's where crazy people like Emperor and we love this stuff.
You do.
All
Quick
right.
question. Where in this list is meeting with Automata? Because you guys said you had a bunch of meeting with Automata, but I don't see on here your time for meeting them.
It's right
It used to
here.
happen a lot more.
This
That's
one.
just the scheduling. That's not the actual meetings, though.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. It takes about an hour.
Sit-downs with Automata don't happen very often anymore, do they?
It's
Yeah,
probably like 1 or
It
2
used to
hours a
be a
month.
lot more common.
Yeah, because we
we were
had more on
trying
the
to do it.
agenda.
And we were trying to do it once a month, and then we skipped a bunch, and then that 1 month we did it 3 weeks in a row.
True.
So an
True.
hour a month.
It's like it's by when we have things on the agenda we need to get decided. Yeah, maybe 1 or 2 hours a month, I'd say.
Yeah.
It's a good point. Thanks, Brian.
No problem.
Internal
And
meeting
this
list.
is also the list for the SAC 3, right? So they need to know that they have
Right.
to meet with Automata.
Yeah, this is for SAC 3, exactly. We want to give
Are
you
you
all a
still
kind of
having
a
meetings
measure.
with the foundation?
That one gets
No.
combined with Automata when we need it, but we haven't needed it in a really long time. I think we
Oh,
met
too
with
bad.
Brian, with the foundation director
Glenn.
one other time.
Yeah, we've
It's
only met
been
with
so
them once.
long, I forgot that we had a foundation.
Well,
Like, oh yeah, that guy.
well, the funny thing is I interviewed him on my podcast, so he's still around. He's still doing stuff.
But no, we have almost zero interaction with them.
I mean, on Telegram though, like if you're
Yeah, on
doing the
Telegram.
pips, then you're interacting with them all the time. Because we also had that question about, what do we do about pips, like enforcement pips and stuff. So there's discussions that happen where we need like top cover. Yeah, I think probably 1 hour a month.
Yeah.
All right, almost there. Tip implementation, Emperor. This one's all you, man.
Well, I don't know. Per request, by the time you contact them and answer all their questions and then do the follow-ups and then send the payment.
Form
I'd say
creations, all of it.
I would say it's an hour per request.
Per pip.
No, per like with James and MK. So for every $500 we give out, it's an hour. So
Oh,
like MK did one. James has done 3. Funcracker doing one. Who was the other one?
yeah. Request might be a better word, but we're gonna probably forget what that means. So
And like this month, I have 3 requests or 4 requests that I'm doing. So this month it's going to be a lot.
yeah, because you're not only
Whereas
talking to people, you're like telling them, "Hey, I need you to send me the receipt," and they're like, "Oh, PDF or pictures," like all the particulars of getting the receipts we need in the format we need them.
yeah, and then setting up the transaction in the multi-sig and begging you guys to sign the damn thing.
We have a
Yeah,
multi-sig.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. So 1 hour per request sounds, it doesn't sound specific enough per I don't know.
So I guess I'd put honestly probably 3 hours a month. Actually, it'd be 4
4 hours? Okay.
4 hours
That'll
a
work.
month between all the conversations with them and everything.
Got it. Okay. And pit milestone follow-ups. I think you and I and Carlos does that. I'd say 1 or 2 hours a month.
Yeah, yeah,
Because by the time,
yeah.
yeah, because that's like 3 we have to follow up with just for the voting ones, the ones that were successfully passed. Yeah, 2. What did I say? 2 or 3?
Yeah,
I
you
think
said 3.
did I?
2 is, I think 2's,
Yeah, let's put 2 then.
yeah.
Okay. Well, here it
And
is.
this list will get longer, the implementation, the PIP implementation. So right now we just have
Yeah.
Iris Bounty Feast, DAO casters and the arena. That's going to be even more difficult and add more time. So this is a decent snapshot of what we have now, but
Yeah.
it will grow.
So all you nominees, this is the pain you're going to be inviting on yourself.
We haven't even begun Dowcasters. We haven't even started Iris Bounty, the arena.
Yeah.
There are more programs kicking off.
So for those of you who think that coming to a Saturday and that's the extent of our role, I actually didn't even realize the full extent of it until we listed it here. That's a lot.
Yeah.
And we try and share these responsibilities as best we can. Sometimes we
Yeah, I think we
overlap.
do a decent job. Yeah.
Yeah, like
And
Carlos and I'll overlap on this, and then Emperor will help when he can, and Carlos might help out Emperor in implementation, or I create some of the forms, and then Emperor takes over the feast process like he did now today. We try and help each other out everywhere we can, and that's what it means to be a council team.
yeah.
So. Yeah, this is pretty close. I'd say it probably captures like 90% of the workload.
That's correct. If for those people in the audience, you're putting some of the feedback in this chat, I would highly encourage you to go give Signal feedback in his PIP idea, pay the council PIP idea. Put some of this chatter over there if you don't mind. That way it can kind of all be in one spot.
Yeah. All right, man. I think we've exhausted today's meeting. I want to count this
Yeah.
up real fast. 1 plus 0.5 plus 2 plus 1 plus 1.5 plus 5 plus 5 plus 1. Oops, that's a month. Okay, close. 1 plus 4 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1 plus that plus 4 plus 2 is 24 hours a week per person. That doesn't sound right. I
No,
must
it's
have.
not right. You can nerd out and add that up.
Yeah. Oh, that obviously is a little bit more complicated than just me adding it up like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
All right,
No, I
Signal.
think it's been a good meeting.
Signal, you got anything before we close out?
God bless us, everyone.
God bless us, everyone.
Yeah. Emperor, what say you?
I say good meeting. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Heck
I
yeah.
appreciate the feedback, and Brian, thank you for chiming in.
Yeah,
I do
man.
appreciate that feedback.
Thank you, Brian. That was a good put.
It was awesome having Brian here. Thanks for being here, brother.
And thank
Cool
you.
to join in. Thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Thank
All
all of
right.
you for coming. See you next week. Don't forget the code. Vote, vote, vote.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, Bohemian, for
Bye,
putting in
guys.
chat. See y'all.